What up YouTube? Welcome back to another Division 2 video, and today I have another build for you, and man, this is a great freaking build. One of my community members, one of my friends, General, shot me this build, and I'm glad he did. This helps you out in every single legendary content, whatever the game has to offer. If you want to go for a legendary mission, it got you. If you want to go for the summit, it got you. Man, this is a lot of fun to play with, and it keeps you alive. But that's a long enough intro. Let's dive right into the gameplay and the build. Thanks for clicking my content, really appreciate you joining me. And if you like my content and want to help the channel out, smash that like button. And of course, hit that subscribe button with that little notification bell next to it to keep informed whenever I upload new videos. But are you ready? Let's go! And there we are, guys. This is the build that you just saw within the intro and within the gameplay. This is my Armor Regeneration Skill Build, and man, it's a lot of fun to play with. Of course, a few months ago I dropped that crit skill build. A lot of fun as well. Shooting with your gun, still doing a lot of damage while your skills will take out everybody in the room. This build holds up on a legendary rogue agents, as you saw, the legendary missions, legendary summons, you name it, this build will help you out. Even if you're in a team or, of course, solo like you saw in the gameplay before. And why this build? Why this combination? Because my man General shot me this build, shot it in the Discord, showed it to me, and I thought, why not? Why not try it? Because what's the annoying thing that can happen within a legendary mission? You run out of heal packs, you run out of armor, and you need to heal. You get yourself up, but those packs are empty anymore. You cannot run around, you cannot pick them up, or else you're dead. But now, you just regenerate. You can just sit in the corner, shoot at your enemies, and if you're low at armor, just hold on for a bit. Hold on for like 10 to 15 seconds and you're good again. Man, this is a very fun build to play with. And of course, if you want to go for those challenges, for example, not losing your armor within the summit, this is one of the nicest builds to have and still do a lot of damage. You do not have to be in your face of your enemy. Just sit in the corner, put your skills down and let them do most of the talking. Let them do most of the damage. Of course, we are shooting with this build as well. As you can see, we're using the capacitor. Capacitor, of course, comes with 108.6k total damage because this gives us some extra weapon damage while using a skill tier. So for each skill tier we gain 7.5% weapon damage. So we're getting an extra 45% weapon damage, and that's why this capacitor is hitting for 108.6k. And also went for the capacitor, of course, for the capacitance. Shooting enemies builds up a stack of a cap of 40, and each stack grants you 1.5% skill damage, and after 5 seconds stacks decay 1 per second. So again, you're getting an extra 65% skill damage output, and that is a lot, but this is just a straight skill damage build. That's why I'm using the capacitor. For my secondary, of course, using the harmony can be a little bit better rolled, but I need to optimize it a little bit, of course, for that perfectly in sync. We're getting 40% extra skill damage and 40% extra weapon damage for 5 seconds. If we shoot at the enemy, our gun is hitting the enemy, and of course our skills are. So this is another 40% boost. The capacitor is a little bit better, just like I explained. This gives you that 65%. So this is why this is my main gun. But when we run out of ammo, and you will run out of ammo within the legendary missions, then the harmony is the second best to go for. And then for the handgun, we chose for the TDR card, of course, in sync on there. Same thing, if you have this out, you're getting an extra skill tier, but we are already on that 6 core skill tier. You cannot push to that 7 core skill tier, so this is just using it when all of my ammo is depleted. Then over to the build. As you can see, I'm rocking a 3-piece Empress, 1-piece Wyvern, 1-piece Hanyu, and 1-piece Fenris. Why the Fenris? Because we already have that Technician, and that Technician gives us, of course, that passive skill tier. So we can lose 1 skill tier for a blue or for a red, whatever you are comfortable with. I went for the Fenris because this gives us a little bit extra damage output. We're using the capacitor most of the time, so most of the times it's AR, so that's why I chose for Fenris. Rolled skill damage on there, and of course that armor regeneration maxed out weapon damage and gives us that 10% assault rifle damage. Then over to the Wyvern. Why Wyvern? Skill damage, of course, for the first brand set bonus, and went again with skill damage and armor regeneration and went for kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and the total skill repair by 2% up to the stack of 15 per skill, lost when on cooldown. So this gives us an extra 15% skill damage. We're not doing it for the skill repair because no skill is really repairing us. We are using that armor regeneration or of course a med pack. Then over to the Henny. Why the Henny? Because this is the named Henny, the force multiplier. Don't forget we can pick up a decent one at Cassie Mendoza this week. And why the force multiplier? Because this will give us perfect combined arms. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30% instead of that 25% for the normal combined arms. And again, skill damage and armor regeneration. And like you saw, the rest is just skill haste if you can choose for a mod. Then over to the 3-piece Empress International. Why the 3-piece? Because the last piece is skill efficiency. And skill efficiency will give us everything from the skill tree. It's not only giving us skill damage, but it's giving skill health, skill duration, you name it. Everything that you need for a skill build will be in the skill efficiency. That's why I chose for another Empress International, getting that 3-piece Empress International instead of going, for example, for the second piece of Henny, because that gives us skill damage as well. But the skill efficiency is a lot more and I recommend you going for this. Then of course again skill damage and armor regeneration. I rolled it almost on every piece, or yeah, I rolled it on every piece and tried to max it out. If you can max it out, you're almost unstoppable. Of course, you still need to hide. You still need to be in cover and then shooting and go in cover again. You cannot face tank anybody because we're still a 6-core yellow and we're only having 726k armor. The bullets from the enemies shred through you like butter. So make sure that you're still in cover. But yeah guys, this is pretty much the setup of the build. And then of course going over to my skills. Went for the turret and went for the attack drone. The turret gives us a 122.1k damage. Can be a little bit higher if I can get all the skill damage to that max cap. And why does it hit so hard? Because it has a tier 6 skill tier. Of course that 120% damage extra and not 420 health. The cooldown is 14.1 seconds and the duration is almost 250 seconds with a health of 6.6 million HP. And this is very, very nice, especially for the turret. I chose for the damage on there, I chose for duration and I chose for skill haste. You can opt in whatever you think is necessary, but I would definitely opt in for damage. And the duration and or skill haste is your choice to go for, because this turret almost never dies. You can always pick it up when the room is cleared, and then you have a cooldown of like 3 or 4 seconds, something like that. And at 250 seconds is a long time and it will survive almost every encounter. And then over to my drone. Of course, went for the striker drone, has a cooldown of 15.1 seconds, an HP of 3.3 million, duration of 250 seconds, and a damage of 76.2k. Again, can be a little bit higher, but I'm not god rolled on every single skill damage piece. For the drone, of course, I chose for some duration, chose from the health of the drone, and chose for the damage. The health and the damage are the ones that you need on this drone, because yeah, you want to do some extra damage, you want to do the most damage possible, and the health is pretty significant because almost every ad, almost every enemy will aggro your drone. They will take it out, so it is a good choice to go for health and then of course for damage. And next to that I went some extra duration so it keeps up longer in the air. But before that 250 seconds is over, most of the time it's already taken out. But then still, your turret is on the battlefield. They will aggro that, you can shoot it, and it will definitely stay alive. But yeah guys, this is pretty much the setup of my build, and it is a lot of fun, and it keeps you alive while still doing a lot of damage, even with your gun. Even with the capacitor, as you can see, it jumped back to that 85.3k, but we know if it's boosted up, then if you use it, if all the capacitance is working, you're getting an extra 45% weapon damage, and boost this up to that 108k as we saw at the beginning of the video. I can go over the stats, but it isn't that important. You know, the critical hit chance or critical hit damage isn't really there, the damage to armor or whatever, and yeah, the offensive isn't that important, the defensive as well, because yeah, we're running a 6-core skill tier, and everything from my skills I already showed you. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for my build video today. I'm trying to do a few build videos a week, or at least one build video a week. Of course, throwing that vendor reset still on my channel, but I'm gonna focus a little bit more on streaming. Just having fun, roaming around the world, or helping other agents out. If you still need some help, farming for some legendaries, farming for some exotics, whatever, just hit me up with the follow on Twitch, and we can of course link up. Or, of course, jump into my Discord. You can find that in the descriptions down below. But for today, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And, of course, the notification bell. PurePrime out!